Hey guys, so we're going to do a video today which is about traveling and getting out of Bangkok. The thing that you need to think about with this is if you're coming into Bangkok and you want to go somewhere else, then you kind of have to decide whether time is more important to you or whether it being cheap. So with that, if you want to take a flight to somewhere, the minimum price I usually see is around 35 to 40 pounds. It's pretty good, pretty quick. Most places, if you're staying within Thailand, are around an hour, 2 hours. It's not like a massive flights. There's the other way, which is very, very cheap, and a lot of people use this, and it can be as luxury or as cheap as you want it to be. But the one thing I would say is that it takes time. So if you only have a short space of time, this is probably not for you. If you have a longer backpacking journey or something like that, where you don't want to like overspend in certain areas, then this is the way to do it. So I'm at Ekkamai bus station right now. I'm going to walk around, I'm going to show you it, and you can see the difference in prices for lots of different places and where you can and actually cannot go from here. So let's get started and I'll show you where we're at. Okay, so ahead of me, there's the tiny little bit at the front here, which is international. Now, here is where you can get your tickets for international travel, but you cannot actually travel from Ekkamai to do this. You have to go to Mochit station. So you can see there, it goes to Vientiane, it goes to Phnom Penh, it goes to Siem Reap, and then it's got Koh Chang and Trat and a couple of the Thai places as well. But all of these buses leave from Mochit. So that's on the other side of town. So like it's probably easier to just get your tickets there because you know exactly when you're going to be leaving, etc., etc. So I can tell you now that the buses to Phnom Penh and Siem Reap are 12 hours and they're around 900 baht, which is about just under 20 pounds. You can get a variety of different luxuries or types of bus. And you can see the fare just for Koh Chang, you can see that there is 292 baht, which is less than 7 pounds. And a round trip is about 14. So that's like really, really good pricing, but it's a long ride, about 6, maybe 7 hours. The Cambodia trips are 12 hours and then 900 baht, and the Vientiane is 750, which is in Laos, quite a long way. So it's quiet at the moment simply because, well, I say quiet apart from the screaming guys who are desperate to get you to go to Pattaya. But generally speaking, if you come early in the morning, this place is quite busy. Now, you can see around that there's lots of different stops, and as you can see there, like Chantaburi, 218 baht, 5 pounds, you know, and it's different class of travel. And here you have Trat, which leads into the islands, and Pattaya, which is very popular. You can see the bus to Pattaya is 150. If you go by taxi, it's about an hour and a half, and it costs about 30 pounds as far as I remember. So yeah, like 150 baht is like less than 3 pounds. So, and you can see Rayong, it has Rong Kloi, it has Pattaya, it has a university. You can go almost anywhere in Thailand on these buses, and you can see their prices. None of them are more than 5 pounds. So if you're on a budget, it's definitely worth it. I would say for the shorter trips, it's nice because you've still got to wait at the airport and put your bags through and do that kind of stuff. There's some snacks and stuff on the way in. So if it's like a 6-hour bus ride, it's actually quite nice. And if you time it properly, then you can kind of leave your hotel, get the bus, and then by the time you arrive, then you can get straight into checking in at your next hotel. That makes sense, you know. And the other reason to take the bus, say if you're going to Vientiane or Cambodia, because they're like 12-hour trips, not only are you saving money on the flight, but also you take the late night bus, and then that way you don't have to pay for a hotel for that night. You sleep on the bus. So this is kind of a standard van, quite comfortable, air conditioning is fine. 12 hours, I'm not sure, but yeah, like Here comes the next standard, which is kind of like slightly bigger. Those seats do roll back. They're kind of like airplane seats, and they roll back, which is kind of all right. Like, I've actually had some really comfortable rides on this kind of bus. Again, air conditioning, but there's no video. There's nothing to take you past your time. But, you know, for what, £5? Can't really go wrong. And there are plenty of buses running all day long. You've got different times to go to different places. They will do overnights. So you've kind of got a lot of options here at a very, very cheap price. On the side here, we're going into a bit more luxury. This bus is just about to leave, so I've caught it just in time. You can see proper comfy seats, air conditioning. You know, this is kind of the top way to travel. This bus is going to Sriracha, which actually I'm not surprised it's actually busy, because Sriracha is where Mudeng lives, and I'm sure a lot of people here are going to see Mudeng. But yeah, good buses. Again, is another one. They are quite sustainable. 100% electric bus. You know, it's pretty good. So yeah, like, these are your options. This is another way of doing things. The Pattaya buses are bigger again, aircon, all the kind of mod cons, I guess, or the best bus that you can get anyway. Like, I wouldn't say it was as good as a flight possibly, but there is no real flight into Pattaya. That's the issue. I mean, I'm not one to go there personally, but yeah, it's about an hour and a half outside of Bangkok, and I do hear there's really nice beaches there, but you know, up to you. But yeah, these are the ones I actually like. They just have this like kind of layback. I've done sort of 4 or 5 hour bus rides on these, and I found them to be comfortable. You get a little nap, you know, you've got your stuff. Like, there's only a few people on the bus as well, and they've got aircon. And yeah, I would do that, you know. It's just one of those easy ways of getting around, where you don't have to go all the way to the airport. You don't have to sit there and wait for the plane, you know, and then that check-in through and whatever else. So yes, Ekkamai. This is the bus station here. There are other ones, but if you're staying down in Sukhumvit and you don't want to go over to Morchir or somewhere like that, you can just get the bus here. Hopefully this is a helpful video. I'm going to be trying to do as many of these as possible. Just stuff that no one else seems to be covering. I've seen them doing the Vietnam buses, which are awful, I've got to tell you. They are so crammed with people, whereas here, one person, one seat. No sleeping on the aisle, no sleeping on the roof, no hanging on the back. You know, it's just you pay for your seat, and you get like a different class system, and you get your seat, and that's it, you know, not messing about. So yeah, pretty comfortable bus station, easy to just come to, buy your ticket, have a snack, away you go.